All right, take two. I got the first workout wrong, and how the flow of that went. So I'm gonna record another one here for you guys and actually talk correctly about the first one this time. So lesson to self, read the rules beforehand, I guess. Don't go just off of the pictures. So apologies about that, but yeah, we're gonna get into the workouts here. So the first one, Beth, 20 cal, 16 cal row, a max set of thrusters, and then you do 20 toes to bar. Those 20 toes to bar must be completed before the 2 minute round is up. Otherwise, you get a score of zero. So this one's a little bit more of a gamble of a workout. And you're going to have to make sure you're smart about when you're breaking up your thrusters or stopping your thruster set to get those toes to bar done. So 20 toes to bar is um, roughly 30 seconds of work. It's a little over a second if you're moving pretty fast on those, maybe about 2 seconds. That row, you're going to come off at around 40 to 45 seconds, maybe even 50 seconds, depending on your capacity on the row. So it's going to leave you about 30 seconds of thruster time, roughly 30 to 40 seconds of thruster time. With that, you also have to remember that you're transitioning and you are accumulating fatigue as you go on this one. So that 20 minutes or that 2 minutes of rest isn't, while it is 1 to 1, it's not going to recover you in your entirety. So this workout is one that you're going to have to do a couple of times, at least twice, to figure out what reps you should be starting on and trying to complete for each round. And what I recommend for this one is start conservative with your reps, 5 to 7, 5 to 10 range of your thrusters, and then go into and do your toes to bar. Regardless of how you feel on that first round, even if it's easy, it'll start to catch up with you. And then you'll have a baseline that you can work off of for other retests because this one is 20 minutes worth of, or sorry, it's 3 weeks worth of qualifiers that you get to submit scores. So you can literally test this three, if not more times. So start with a baseline that's relatively simple for you to do, and then figure out from there where you can add in reps on your thrusters. And maybe you don't. Maybe you try it and it doesn't go well and you bomb out. Boom. Pretty much on your first try, you got your best score, and that's fine. But start conservative and then add layer in reps as you go for retests on this one. Um, there's going to be possibly a little bit of grip fatigue, definitely going to be ab fatigue. So when you go into this one, make sure you know if you're able to hold on to those 20 unbroken toes to bar, or if you have to go down to like 10-5-5, 8-7-5, something like that. Being less aggressive on the first go around will allow you to see if you just even have the capacity to hold on for 20 or whatever your rep scheme might be. If you're breaking it up, you're looking at around 40 seconds of toes to bar reps. So um, those are all things to keep in mind. Again, if it's 40 seconds of work for toes to bar with those transitions, you're probably now looking at 20 to 25 seconds worth of thrusters. It's like 7 to 10 if you're fast. So keep that in mind. This one's a little bit more of a gamble of a workout than it is um, straight strategy. It's a little bit more of a gamble on a workout if it were be a live competition because you can test this a couple of times. You're going to have a very dialed in strategy because you'll know based off of your baseline what you're going to be capable of. So set the baseline, then go for performance. All right, train station, workout two. In regards to order of things, I would test Beth first. Then I would do this one. Um, then you can do, honestly, I would do these probably in order. Um, or you can, yeah, I'd probably do these in order just because there's going to be a lot of leg jumping fatigue from RIP. So I would probably just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. So Sorry to randomly throw that in. I'll probably talk about more about that at the end. But event 2 is train station, 60 bar facing burpees, 30 squat cleans, 40 bar facing burpees, 20 squat cleans. This one is going to be slow and steady. And this one is a capacity based workout. So um, at the elite level, we're probably looking at about 8 to 7 minutes of being able to work on those squat cleans. Top time will probably be around 11, 12 minute mark for an elite score. Everyone else will probably sit around that 13, 14, 15 minute range for this one. Probably, maybe even 16 will be probably where the qualifying scores are at. If you guys remember back to open workout 20, burpees and deadlifts 1 to 10, 10 to 1, 1 to 10, 9 to 1. Justin Medeiros had an average burpee cadence of 2.3 burpees for a rep. So what that means is he was 3 minutes and 30 seconds roughly for his burpees. So that's moving. That's max effort speed. I think Colton even did like a 316 or 306 or something like that a couple of years ago, testing 100 for time against Jake Berman. So that's like elite. But for this workout, if we can get these burpees done in like 4:30 to 5 minutes, that's going to be a pretty elite score. We're talking about top in the sport at their craft. Monster Games, we're looking more closer to 4:30, 5 minutes. Even if you're getting in that 6 minute range in totality of burpees, you're doing fine. So, 5 minutes of burpee is one burpee every 3 seconds. So that's a pretty good clip. Work on your efficiency on these, but also if one burpee every 3 seconds is fast for you, don't come out at that cadence. This one is going to be pretty gross in regards to leg fatigue and respiration fatigue if you come out way too fast on those burpees and then hammer on those squat cleans. So be consistent, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's 5 seconds of burpee, maybe it's 4 seconds of burpee on those 60, and then move on those squat cleans, consistent on the 40, and then hammer on those squat cleans. This one is really about how much rest time you're going to have between reps on the barbell, or need to have between reps on the barbell, and this is kind of where that capacity comes in for this one. So elite are going to be much quicker at getting back on the bar for their squat cleans in this one, and that's where a lot of the time is going to be made up, is being diligent. So know how quickly you need to pull the bar, or how not quickly you need to pull the bar, in regards to 1 rep every 7 seconds on the 30 squat cleans, or 1 rep every 10 seconds on the 20 squat cleans. But you should be able to write down using that, like, okay, I know I can pull 1 rep every 7 seconds on the squat cleans. Using that, you can kind of backfill, this is how quickly I need to go on the burpees to get X score. So figure that out. Figure out how quickly you want to be pulling squat cleans, and then backfill that to kind of see what you need to do burpee-wise or timeline-wise on the burpees to get a good, or what score you want to get on this one. All right, RIP, this is a two-part, kind of a two parts, one score, but 2 parts. So MRAP 21, 0 to 10, 10, 5 or 10, depending on how you count it, 10 of chest to bar, shuttle runs, and box jumps. You'll rest a minute, and then you go shuttle runs, box jump overs, bar muscle ups. So the first one has a higher, the chest to bars are a faster rep cadence, so you theoretically should get more reps in that one. So I think pushing the pace on this first 0 to 10 is the route you want to go. And then using that next 11 to 21, maybe the first 2 or 3 rounds, to kind of settle in, let the heart rate continue to drop, maybe walk those shuttles, and then start to try and hold a consistent pace on that again is kind of how you're going to want to go about this. This workout with these MRAPs is very easy to figure out. I'm going to go one round every 90 seconds. I'm going to go one round every minute 20, one round every 75, 110, whatever. So before you do this workout, practice your chest to bar round and see what is a moderate pace for you, and then maybe subtract 5 to 10 seconds from that. When you do that, that's your pace that you're going to want to hold for the duration of these workouts. Maybe it's every 90 seconds, which that would probably allow you to break up some of the chest to bars. Maybe it's every minute. You're going to try and get this in every minute. Much more aggressive pace. Not going to be able to break up the chest to bars. But on those box jump overs, because it's a taller box, you're going to want to figure out a way to come down so that you're not kind of jumping down from the box, taking a few steps, turning around, coming back over, turn around, come back over. Figure out a way to jump up and come down to that other side facing the box, or so that you can just go right into the next rep. You have to cant, you have to step, whatever it might be, turn around on the top of the box. That's fine. I think you might be able to bound these, but double check on that. And if you can bound these, some people might want to do lateral on them. Blow up the legs way more. And I don't always recommend that, but it is a taller box. I don't recommend that for the Achilles purposes. It's a little bit easier to tear on that. But just play around with that before you start and figure out a good way to come down off of that box so that you can get right back up, or jump right back up. On that next one, use those first 2 rounds. Maybe you walk your first round of shuttle runs. Just continue to bring that heart rate back down. But use those first 2 rounds to kind of just settle the heart rate back down. You're going to want to try and go unbroken both on your bar muscle ups for top scores. Same with chest bar. And so you can use that concept as a little bit of a pacing strategy in regards to, hey, I need to come off these shuttle runs to be able to attack the box jumps, but I need to make sure that the box jumps are smooth enough that I can go do either my bar muscle ups or chest to bars unbroken. Other people, you might be a 3-2, you might be 2-2-1, based off of how many chest to bars you got in. But the upper body pulling fatigue will start to creep in on this workout. So just keep that in mind when you do it, when you're setting up pacing structures. But 2 rounds, a little bit slower, and then start to get into that pace. All right, Casey, this is a 3-part workout. So part 1 is 20 devil's press, 200 double unders, 20 devil's press. Part 2 is 2 rounds, dumbbell walking lunge, dumbbells at the side, 4 wall walks, into 2 rounds, dumbbell front rack walking lunge, 16 kipping handstand push-ups, 2 rounds, dumbbell lunge switch grip, which is either, I think it's like this, with 1 in the front rack, 1 overhead, or 1 by the side, 1 in the front rack, something. One of those 2 variations. But it is a total of 160, 360, 540 feet of lunging. So it's 80, 160, 240. So about 240 feet of lunging. So a decent amount of lunging. And then you guys are going to max out in your overhead squat, front squat, back squat. So I'm going to talk about this one first just because we're going to go kind of reverse order on this one. But make sure you're warmed up beforehand. Warmed your overhead squat up, warmed your front squat up, warmed your back squat up. Know about where you're going to get on your overhead squat. Expect a ton of fatigue on that though. The legs are going to be tired. The shoulders are going to be tired. It's not going to feel good. So make sure that first rep is something that I'm good. I can hit this no matter what. Boom. Done. That'll be your opener. And then you'll build from there into something that you feel is good. You have 10 minutes to get each one of these done. So I would probably switch over at the 10-minute mark to front squats, 20-minute mark to back squats. Or I'm sorry, you have 10 minutes to get all of these done. So that is about 3 minutes and 20 seconds a lift. So this is going to go fast. So you really have to just be like, I'm hitting my opener, I'm hitting my next one, I'm hitting my next one. And you're really only getting you're really only getting one attempt and like 2 warm-up attempts on this one. So keep that in mind, but you're also going to want to give yourself as much time for the back squat as possible because that's going to be kind of your money maker. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds per lift. Probably going to be want to switching over to that next lift at the 3 minute and 20 second mark, if not sooner, to give yourself a little bit more time for that back squat. But expect that overhead squat to feel like shit. Just get it done. Grind it out, whatever you need to do, and then move on to the front squat. All right, now we're on the lunges and shoulders. So this one is, to complete this in the 8-minute time cap, you got to complete each round in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So a pretty aggressive time cap on each one of these. That second round is probably where you're going to make up the most time on this, just because kipping handstand push-up cycle speed is pretty quick for most people. And just picking up the lunges and going right into front rack walking lunge isn't that big of a deal. But those wall walks will take a little bit of time. And the 40-foot lunges will take you around 20, 30 seconds. Around 30 seconds to get done, 25, 30 seconds. So, you're eating up 50 seconds worth of time, and then your wall walks, 8 wall walks in there as well. So 2 minutes and 40 seconds to finish each one. You're going to have to push the pace pretty fast on this one, especially even if you're coming off of the double under one, you're going to have to push pretty fast on this one to get a pretty good score on it. But that second round is where you're going to be able to make up more time. And then with that switch grip, just make sure that you've practiced grabbing both the dumbbells from the ground, cleaning one and snatching the other, so you can just go right into your lunge. And you're not wasting any time, cleaning both up, push pressing one up, stabilizing, and then going. Like snatch one up, one's in the front rack, and then you're going. So this one's just, it's fast. Like, you're not really breaking anything up. You're going to, like, as soon as you come down from the wall and those kipping handstand push-ups, you basically got to go right back up. If you need a break on them, be strategic about your break. 10 reps, 6 reps, 8 reps, 8 reps, something like that. But there's really not a lot of room to break on this one. All right, and then 20 double press, 200 double unders, 20 doubles press. So on this one, you're just going to send it, not a lot of time to slow down on anything. The devil's press should be unbroken. At the elite level, this is all unbroken, and it's fast. Devil's press needs to be unbroken. Double unders, you can break up into like sets of 50 or something like that if 200 is a pretty high rep number for you. But you want to break it up or do whatever you need to do to make sure that second round of devil's press is fast. We don't want to be just like slogging through our devil's press reps on that second one. So if you need to take a break at 100 or something like that, maybe it's 75, 75, 50. Maybe you're able to go just straight through and just send it on the dumbbell, whatever it might be. We just need to be able to kind of push the pace on that one a little bit more on the second one as well. Those dumbbells are overhead. Fucking ghost ride those bad boys to the ground. Don't be gentle with them. So if you need to go get like a 24/7 Snap Fitness or something like that to go fuck up their dumbbells because your owner, obviously you want to be respectful of your equipment in your gym, do that. But this one is going to be, you're going to have to kind of disrespect those dumbbells on this one and just ghost ride it from the ground. It takes a lot of time under tension from your grip, which is going to play into the next one, as well as the overhead squat. And it's going to take a lot of tension off of the shoulders, which will play into the next two as well. So, just send those guys from overhead, get down into that next rep, pull the dumbbells up, pull press, and then just really go to town on the double unders and that next set of dumbbells. So, hopefully this helps out for you guys. If you guys need any help, if you're in an intermediate division or anything like that, and you need any help, just let us know. But second time's a charm. Hopefully we hit everything on this one. So good luck, guys. Looking forward to seeing you guys out there.